Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are back for Never Ever Mets on TV. We are on season 2, episode 3, y'all. Like I said, Foolish and Foolery Fridays, we are back. I hope y'all had a good Easter weekend. If you celebrate Easter, the holiest of the holy days in Christianity. So I hope all of you had a wonderful celebration if you celebrate. But we getting right back to the foolish and foolery. We done gone from praising the Lord to talking about some foolish and foolery behavior. They are calling this season 2, episode 3 of Never Ever Mets. They're calling it Whining and Dining. Whining and Dining. And it's a play on words because they didn't spell whining like KeKe drinking a glass of wine whining. They spelled whining like I'm tired of these kids whining and complaining. Because let me tell you, there were a lot of complaints this episode, a lot of complaints. And who would have known that most of the complaints are coming from the men? From the men. I know they took a little poll at the end. They said, how many of you would say no? 4 out of the 7 men said no, hell no, F no. It ain't looking good for the ladies. It ain't looking good. But there was a whole lot of whining going on. We're going to have to talk about Alicia and Irving because once again, another spat over food. Another spat over food. Let me tell you something. Ladies. Ladies are real good at talking about what their boundaries are when it comes to men, right? It's very clear. Don't touch me this way. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for that. And ladies are real comfortable with making sure that men adhere to their boundaries as it should be. Okay, got it. I got it. Ladies, you got your boundaries. You're telling the men your boundaries. Don't touch me here. I'm not ready for that. And I'm specific talking to Alicia, and I'm also going to be talking a little bit to Tiffany as well because I see some signs in her that she's kind of like a walking contradiction on a few things. We're going to talk about it. But let me tell you this, ladies, you got boundaries when it comes to your body, your personal space. Absolutely. But men have boundaries too. And what you're finding out about Irving is he draws strong boundaries around the way you talk to him. Strong boundaries. And what you have to say to yourself is if we have to respect Alicia's strong boundaries around how she wants to be touched and how she doesn't want to show up in sort of intimate spaces, then she's going to need to start respecting and adhering to Irvin's boundaries in which she speaks to him. Because every time Irvin tries to tell Alicia what his boundary is in terms of the way she speaks to him, she comes up with a reason of why she can break his boundary, right? When he says, I don't like the way you talk to me like that, you do this, she gives an explanation. She flips it back on him and tells him what he does. That's not what you're supposed to do when someone's telling you their boundary, because if he did that with her in terms of her personal space and touching her, it would be a big deal. Listen, people aren't used to men having boundaries around men's personal space, their bodies. Women are used to they can, whatever. It's not the men who have boundaries over their space. But let me tell you where you're going to find boundaries with most men, especially men who consider themselves leaders or alpha males, which Tiffany says she wants. They're going to have strong boundaries about the way that you talk to them, the way that you treat them. And then what they're going to do is they're going to express those boundaries to you as well. Just like alpha female can have strong boundaries. And also what they tend to do is they're very good, very comfortable at expressing their boundaries. Excellent. Well, these women, Tiffany and Alicia, they're going to need to learn how to respect men's boundaries because I'm going to tell you something. There was another scene, didn't make the regular episode, another scene where Irvin is cooking in the kitchen. He's cooking fish tacos with mango salsa. And once again, we have 2 women in the kitchen, both Alicia and Tiffany, trying to tell Irvin how he should cook the tacos. And let me tell you something. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about, but I want you to pay close attention to a couple of words. When someone tells you you should do this, That's not an ask. That's a tell. So when Alicia and Tiffany, especially Tiffany, tells Irvin, you should put the mango salsa on the side, that is almost as much as telling him to do it. You should do this. It's correcting him, right? But really what you should do, if you're really trying to respect a person's boundaries who says they don't want you to tell them what to do, they don't want you trying to lead them, they don't want you trying to coax them down the road you want to go, what you should say is it possible for you, for my couple of tacos, to put a little bit of mango sauce on the side? On the side. Just like when you go to a restaurant. You don't go to a restaurant and tell the chef in the back of the restaurant, what you should be doing is y'all should be putting your mango salsa on the side. You don't say that. What you ask the waiter, you say, hey, yes, I like your fish tacos, and may I have the mango salsa on the side? That is the same way you should be talking to any of these chefs in the kitchen, including Irvin this time and including last time. But unfortunately, both Alicia and Tiffany both don't know the correct language to use. And what's so interesting is both of these women want strong leaders, but they don't know how to talk to strong leaders. Strong leaders don't want to be told what to do. They don't want to be told what they should do, any of that, none of it. So if you want to play in the sandbox with alpha males, you better learn how to talk to them. And let me tell you, telling them what to do, what they should do, how they should do it better is going to be a no-no, a big, fat no-no. But we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. We are also going to talk about KeKe, who says she doesn't drink a lot, but she says, but I do drink this wine. We got to talk about Courvoisier. I got to downgrade Courvoisier. He's going to be downgraded. Well, we're going to have to downgrade Courvoisier from Courvoisier Cognac to, I don't know, maybe an E&J brandy, because he's full of lies. He's full of lies and artificial ingredients. He's a hot mess. Courvoisier is over here lying to Tatiana about this baby. And then he doubled up with another lie that said, yeah, what I was talking about in that conversation that I didn't want you to overhear was how much I'm in love with you. Boy, get out of here. Get out of here. And once again, like I said, all single ladies, please pass along this season to your single girlfriends so they will know that men will date you, men will go out with you, men will sleep with you, but they don't want anything more. And this group of men, especially Jared, is proving it. They're proving it. But anyway, let me go ahead and play my introduction video. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about this even more, y'all. So I'll be back in a minute. So we are back, y'all. We are back, and we're going to first start talking about Alicia and Irvin. And Alicia starts off the episode telling Irvin, I'm about to go to bed, but I want to talk to you real quick in my room. Once again, that ain't the way you talk to a man. If you say you want an alpha male, that ain't the way you're going to talk to him. That sounds like a demand. That sounds like, come on into my room like you coming into the principal's office. It just starts the conversation all wrong. There's no politeness to it. There's no tenderness to it. There's no, may I speak with you? Is it okay if we can have a conversation? None of it. It's not getting any type of agreement whatsoever. It's about what she wants, what she needs, what's best for her. I'm about to go to bed, so I need to talk to you real quick. Come on in my room. Girl. Then she proceeds to tell him like she's boots on the ground with a fan in the hand, talking about, you know what, when we have disagreements, your whole countenance changes, your dynamic, your energy. It just feels like a whole lot of aggression. And honestly, I don't want to know if I'm physically and emotionally unsafe with you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She got that fan. She's pointing it at him. She's using these sharp words. And she's wondering why she's getting this energy back at Irvin. I would give her the same energy back. I was like, girl, first of all, you need to slow down. Slow down, slow your roll. And I'm with Irvin. Anytime someone tells me that they might feel unsafe with me around, if anyone would have ever told me that, I'm turning around and I'm walking away. I'm not going to sit there and let you keep talking about how you're unsafe with me, but your words are just as aggressive and assertive. But then you want to act as if I'm the only one contributing to whatever this heightened sense of anxiety is between the two of us. Absolutely not. Irvin is correct. Irvin is correct that the best thing to do when she started spouting all that stuff about how she feels unsafe was to get up and walk away from her. He did the right thing. And now she's coming back with a fan in the hand, with boots on the ground. Where your fans at? Where your fans at? To give him a little bit more of a licking. Like I said earlier, there was a scene where they were in the kitchen cooking tacos, and I want to just show it to you guys right here.
All right, I'll cook. So
you should do like a Caribbean taco, like.
No, I'm gonna do fish tacos with mango salsa.
I don't eat anything sweet, so I just wouldn't put the mango salsa on there.
Ooh, corn salsa is cool. Corn salsa.
I said I think you should put it on the side so people could use it or not. But I'll eat a little bit.
Right, but
I don't think you should not cook it because one person doesn't want it.
No, I get it.
Irvin, is this your first rodeo?
No, it's not. I'm slowly starting to realize, like, Alicia, she thinks she's the boss.
Why don't you get some chips?
Everybody knows where the chips are at. I don't want to.
Pull out some classic chips.
You don't have to tell me what to do. Let me just try to handle it. I really need to talk to you, yo. Come on.
All right.
The things that you're doing, the way that you're acting, is just weird to me.
So you see what's going on? You see all the boss around, get these tacos, go get the tortilla shells, get the chips out the closet, do this, do that. And Irvin is exasperated because he's actually stuck between two women, both Tiffany and Alicia, and they are both using the wrong techniques to talk not only to a person who's cooking, the wrong techniques to talk to a man in which they say they want an alpha male. Wrong. They'll never attract an alpha male because an alpha male isn't going to spend time trying to teach them how to follow an alpha male. You see, what I suspect about Tiffany when she says she wants an alpha male, I suspect that in her previous relationships, people have told her that she's too harsh and she's tired of being that person. So what she says is she wants an alpha male who can handle her. That's what I suspect. A lot of women who are more assertive, they say they want an alpha male because what they really don't want to do is they don't want to have to tone themselves down. They want a man that's so strong that they're not bothered by their strong assertive behavior. You see, they put all the work on the man. They don't want to do nothing. And then when he's not strong enough to handle them, they put the man down and say, oh, he ain't no good leader. Why? Because he can't wrangle you? Well, maybe you need to learn how to wrangle yourself. Alicia and Irvin got a chance to go talk to a trauma and relationship expert. Her name was Dr. Wendy, Dr. Ashley. And she said, hey, what made you guys, or do you guys think you need some counseling? And Irvin said, yeah, a therapist is needed. Absolutely. And Alicia said it would be helpful. Girl, no, it's more than helpful. It's needed. It's required. Don't be trying to downplay it, Alicia. It's helpful. It's needed. It is required. And so when the therapist started asking what was going wrong, right away, Alicia took the front stage and she decided to step out in front and answer first. Once again, all these people talking about they want a male that leads, but the minute the question is posed, they don't sit back and wait for the man to answer. They're the first ones to open up their mouth. Like I said, don't no alpha male want to be with none of these people. Not at all. Not at all. Alicia said that one of the problems going on is that Irvin doesn't know how to read her and know how she communicates. So basically she said, I want to keep saying whatever I want to say, and Irvin needs to learn how to handle it. That's what it is. The therapist told her, listen, he doesn't know how your communication style is. She says, all he hears is criticism from you. He says, what he hears from you in your response to him is that his authentic self is going to be criticized. She says she don't want to be that way. She says she wants to see herself be a better person. She wants to have more empathy. Well, wanting and doing it are two different things. I will suggest a couple of things, Alicia, if you really want to be this new person. One is you're going to have to stop talking so much. You're going to have to listen more. And second of all, you're going to have to restructure all your sentences from commands to ask, right? Things with question marks from the end. Can you do this for me? Is it okay? Is this possible? Question marks, not commands. I want this. I need this. You should do this. Go do this. Those are commands. Look them up in the dictionary, what a command word is versus what an ask is. Restructure all your sentences, Alicia. Restructure them all, because right now, all of them come out as commands. Alicia says she feels very exposed. Maybe that is the reason why her language is so assertive, because maybe what she's doing is because she actually feels afraid and she feels exposed, she's outwardly expressing a more dominance to sort of throw off the whole situation. I don't know. It's almost like a tough girl act. Which one is it? Are you afraid and feeling exposed, or are you a tough girl? Because what's showing up is more like the tough girl. Now, can't Irvin have a little bit more patience with her? He could, but that's his option. He doesn't have to. You see, could he have more? He could, right? But it doesn't mean that he has to. Really, the work is on Alicia. It is still optional for Irvin, because honestly, no one should have to acquiesce to someone always telling them what to do, right? If I decide to forgive you, if I decide to work with you, then that's okay. But even before I decide I want to work with you, I want to coach you, I want to tell you differently that something, you should know to be different. You should already know this, especially when you walking around talking about you want a leader and an alpha male. Irvin said he feels gaslit. He feels gaslit because what he's saying is every time something goes awry in our conversation, Alicia has a way of making it be all about what I need to do differently. And that's because Alicia does lead with her trauma. She says she doesn't weaponize her trauma, but she does. And when I say she weaponizes her trauma, it probably is because she has to think about her illness every single day. We get it. She's got to live with the autoimmune disease every single day. So every waking minute of Alicia's life is probably spent around making sure she doesn't do anything to inflame her autoimmune disease. I get that. But everyone else doesn't spend their day like that. Everyone else doesn't spend their day thinking about how they can't inflame Alicia's autoimmune disease. And so what Alicia has shown up in the world is everyone needs to think about my autoimmune disease as much as I do. And everyone should know it from the get-go. Just like that vegan butter. How the heck does anybody know that you have to have vegan butter because you have an autoimmune disease? Alicia assumes it. She assumes that everyone is supposed to cater to her disease. And that's just not the real world, Alicia. It's just not. She keeps saying she's not weaponizing it, but in a lot of ways she is, because she's using it to chastise people. When people do something or say something or act in a way that is not beneficial, conducive, or protective of her autoimmune disease, what she does is she hits them over the head with that fan. So it is weaponized. You are weaponizing it.
I really didn't appreciate the way that you talked to me. Like, you was bossing me around.
Okay, I'm bossy. My personality is bossy.
Like, I don't need your personality to be bossy because you're not my boss. The fact of the matter is, I just don't like it. Like, just like you're all about energies or whatever, I'm about energies too, and you threw me off. I was like, when you never talked to me like that, and it was in front of people. Like, I don't want people to perceive you to be a certain type of way.
I am who I am. I'm working through.
Oh, then I want you, like, that's
you
fine.
are who you are. Like,
that's fine.
Are you?
Okay,
what do you
let me
mean
finish.
by that?
Let me finish.
Let me get my drink real quick and just go ahead and say what you need to say.
I don't need a boss in a relationship. I don't need that. I need a partner.
Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to boss you. I don't give a dag on about the food. I don't give a damn about the food.
You're completely missing the point.
It was about my tone and you felt disrespected and I apologize. Do you think that there's not going to be conflict in a relationship with somebody?
Yeah, but not
let's
like,
be real
but
here.
at the same time, this is our time to get to know each other.
Right.
And like,
so you think that there's never going to be conflict?
No, I don't want that type of conflict.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
But there's going to be some type of conflict.
I don't want that attitude, though. It's that like you're saying.
You're not perfect.
I'm not perfect, but like, I'm just telling you. I don't have to be accepting of that like all the time. You're not. This is a team. Remember?
This is a lesson to a lot of women that if you are a woman that has strong boundaries, that's fine. You want everyone to respect them. Alicia wants men and everyone to respect her boundaries from her autoimmune disease. She wants Irvin to respect her boundaries in terms of physical touch, romance, these things. Then she needs to learn how to respect his boundaries when it comes to how she talks to him. That is the area that most men have strong boundaries in for women. So whether he's an alpha male or not, women need to get used to understanding men's boundaries when it comes to how you speak to them, and you actually need to adapt to them. Just like you expect him to adapt to your boundaries regarding your body, how he touches you when he doesn't touch you, how he takes liberties, how he doesn't take liberties. Women need to get consent from men on how they talk to men, period. Get consent.
If we both establish that we don't have intentions to harm each other, which is why it is important to move slow for me. That's why it is important to establish a good friendship between us.
Right.
Because we are both very emotional people. And I hold your hand, right? We working through the conflict, right?
Yeah.
So that means we don't.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Do we show love and affection?
Yes,
right?
we do. But like,
I'm listening.
I need for you to let it marinate.
Need to marinate.
Yeah, just let it marinate a little bit.
No.
Just, baby.
You just took my hand off your hand because
right. I'm fine.
I am overwhelmed in this moment with emotion in my body because I'm here to date Irvin, but there's a disconnection around our communication. I feel like he's giving up in the conversation. I was trying to bring peace, right?
Okay, well, that's fine.
And
but like,
you just took my hand out of your hand.
Because I wasn't ready for it right now, then and there.
Okay. I want him to understand me. I want us to get through this communication snafu, so him pulling away hurts.
I'm hugging you now.
That hurt my feelings, though.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
When they were doing all these little Kama Sutra games and everything, and Alicia and Irvin had to go first, Alicia was happy when they got kicked out first. She really got happy. She was happy she didn't have to do it anymore because she did not want to be that up and close and personal with Irvin. Like I said, boundaries. I get it, girl. I get it. You just need to make sure you take as much interest in other people's boundaries as you want them to take in yours. In the end, the couple that won the Kama Sutra exercise was Tiffany and Ty. And that's when we learned that Tiffany says she really don't have no real sexual energy attraction to Uncle Bubba Ty because he's coming off like an uncle. He's coming off like the uncle at the barbecue, telling jokes that ain't funny, that are not funny, maybe a little bit creepy, who knows, and it's not sexy to Tiffany. Tiffany says she wants her man to be a leader, a protector, a provider. She wants him to be an alpha male. And all this joke telling and non-seriousness is not sexy, is not what I'm looking for. But I tell you what, Tiffany, one of the reasons why Ty might be trying to lighten up the mood is because she's so serious. She's so serious. Like I said, in that episode, or not episode, clip I showed earlier with her in the kitchen talking about you should put the mango sauce on the side, that was the wrong street too. That was the wrong street. That's telling me a little bit about Tiffany, that although she wants to go in a different direction in her relationships, although she wants a strong leader, she's not quite ready to change the way she speaks to leaders. She's going to have to change it. Like I said with Alicia, she's going to have to change should, do this, do that, to can you, would you, please, is it possible? Question marks. That's what you're going to have to lead with if you want to be with the alpha male, Alicia. Change with your question marks. When they were doing that Kama Sutra and you had Clavasier, like I said, I'm going to change it from Clavasier to E&G Brandy because that's only about $5.99. And he was up there rubbing and squeezing on the butt of Tatiana. She didn't like it, but Tatiana, you should have said something. You should have said something. You didn't like it. You were uncomfortable. You didn't like what he was doing in front of other people. You should have said something. And now that we know that E&G Brandy is just a big old fat liar, horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. He been lying all this time about this little young baby that he has. And he's coming up with some lying story talking about his ex-fiance girlfriend moved from LA to Atlanta and she showed up pregnant. And is this my baby or not? Well, I guess it is your baby. I guess it is your baby. And now you're sitting over here lying to Tatiana. And then when Tatiana overhears you talking about it, you come up with another lie saying, well, what I was really talking about was I was trying to figure out a way to tell you how much I love you and care about you. Boy, Tatiana says she ain't buying it. I sure hope you're not buying it, Tatiana. I really do hope you have a keen sense of understanding and awareness to know that this man is lying. Really, really lying. I hate when men talk about the woman wound up pregnant. How could she wind up pregnant like you was nowhere around and not involved? Like she was using a turkey baster. She didn't wind up pregnant. You got her pregnant. Let's use the correct terminology. You impregnated her. He talking about he's stuck. He talking in circles, trying to come up with a lie. Clavacier's lie was as worse as David's from Married at First Sight when David said, you look so good, I want to eat you up, and then try to tell his wife that was about eating food and not about him cheating with another woman. You look so good, I just want to eat you up. And Clavaccia sat over here and told a worse lie and said, what I was stuck about telling you was how much I love you and care about you. Boy, get out of here. During that Kama Sutra game, Brandon was another one that had KeKe's legs spread eagle. But by the end of the episode, Jared was talking about a hell no. He don't want to be with KeKe. KeKe, do you love me? Jared is saying, I don't care if KeKe love me or not because I don't want to be with Jared. I don't want to be with KeKe because KeKe's an alcoholic. KeKe's not only an alcoholic, she's lazy too. KeKe, girl, you lazy. You are lazy. Listen, the last week when Brandon said when they was doing the body painting that he loved feeling submissive to KeKe. And I said back then, what is this, some kind of fetish, Brandon, that you believe that KeKe's going to be some strong woman and she's going to dominate you? Well, that's another reason why Brandon is turned off with KeKe, because Brandon is looking for a strong woman, a woman that can manhandle him, a woman that he can be submissive to. And what he's telling KeKe is, KeKe, you can't be in control and be a leader if you always sloppy drunk. You are sloppy drunk and falling all over the place. You can't even walk. You laid out on the couch in the bed, sucking your thumb with your thumb in your mouth. And Brandon's saying, this is not what I'm looking for. This is not sexy. I wanted a woman who was going to be strong and dominant over me, and you a sloppy drunk falling out. KeKe said, well, I'm not a mean drunk. I'm a happy drunk. He don't care, KeKe. You drunk, period, which means you can't lead him. You can't be a leader. You not even helping him cook in the kitchen. You didn't even help the man clean up the kitchen. Nothing. KeKe, you a lazy girl. You are downright lazy. Alexis was telling us that KeKe she like one of them bottle girls. She work in a club or something. Maybe that's where she got her little taste for liquor, but she was sleeping till 2:00 in the morning after she was drunk the night before. Brandon says it's one thing to drink, but it's another thing to be a person who can't control their liquor. And Chris was even talking about that. KeKe came up to him talking about, do you think I drink too much? He said, girl, I just met you. I don't know what you do. KeKe said, I'm not a violent drunk. I'm a happy drunk. It don't matter. Brandon is looking for a strong woman or a leader, not no sloppy drunk falling down. He don't like it. He don't like it one bit, KeKe. KeKe was even putting Alexis to work in that kitchen cooking them noodles. She was like, girl, put these noodles in some water, do all this. I got to go lay down. Next thing you know, she wasn't helping cooking nothing else. She wasn't cleaning up. She wasn't doing a doggone thing. KeKe, you giving big girls a bad reputation because a lot of people want to stereotype big people as fat and lazy, and they're not. They're not. But KeKe, right now, girl, you giving big people a bad name. You up here strung out, laid out on the couch, recovering, got a hangover. Brandon running around talking about, are you okay? Are you okay? Taking care of you. Brandon's looking for somebody to be taking care of him. He got to run up here behind you, trying to check on you to make sure you're not having no other issues from your late night drinking. And then next thing you know, you up out of the bed down by the pool, skipping out on cooking and cleaning and everything else. You wrong, KeKe. You are wrong. Brandon said, are you dependable? The answer is no, Brandon. She's not dependable. Brandon said, are you dependable? Because I just want to know, can you be here for me and help me out? Because I want to be able to submit to a woman. And I can't be submit to no woman like you, KeKe. Because KeKe, you can't even take care of yourself. When she sat there and was drinking that wine, talking about, I'm not even drinking. He goes, you drinking right now? She goes, well, this is wine. Girl, that's still in the alcohol section. You got to be over 21, KeKe, at least here in California. You still got to be over 21, KeKe. Brandon said, how are you going to take care of me, KeKe? You can't even take care of yourself. And the other person who's saying they're not going to be able to take care of nobody else is Jared. Jared said when they asked him, do you think you'll leave with this person? He said, F no. Hell to the nah. But all along he lying in front of Charlie's place. Let this be a lesson, lady. Let it be a lesson. You see, let it be a lesson that you got Jared, who the minute Charlie walked in, like I said before, he said, let me see your booty, right? He said he's been holding out for 4.5 years. He says, I don't care how many kids she got. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to bust them C-section stitches, right, with these Kama Sutra poses. And also in this boom boom room, I'm going to bust those C-section stitches because I've been waiting 4.5 years and I'm going to get in where I can fit in. I could care less whether or not I'm going to go home with her because I don't plan to go nowhere with her, but I'm going to get in where I can fit in. There it is right there, ladies. There it is. Charlie, you need to go find yourself a man that's got 4 kids too. And that way the both of you can get together. And what you can do is you can overlook how each of you were reckless in having children, multiple children without stable households. And you both can start over again with each other. But Jared, you're wrong. You are wrong for setting up a boom boom room rendezvous with Charlie so you can hit it and quit it and do a slam bam thank you ma'am. And unfortunately, something tells me Charlie's been here before. Charlie's been in some slam bam thank you man situations, and here she is once again. This what you get, Charlie, from leaving your 1-month-old baby. You left your whole 1-month-old baby. You about to bust open your C-section stitches to sleep with a man who has said on national TV, F no, would I be with this woman? I ain't Eddie Murphy in daddy daycare. Absolutely not. This is what he said about you on national TV. Then he came to you, he lied in your face and said, nope, I didn't say no, I wouldn't be with you. I said yes too, just like you. And there it is, ladies. They will smile in your face, sleep with you, and then dump you. That's what will happen. Don't fool yourself. Just when you think you are lying to someone, like Charlie thought she was lying to Jared all this time. She thought that she was getting over on Jared. Well, guess what? He's about to get over on her. He's about to get on top of her and get over on her at the same exact time. It ain't worth it. Be truthful up front. And if it's something that they don't want to deal with, move on. Find you a person that can accept you and your children and who also wants to start over from the very beginning. Charlie says that she has a nice big 6-bedroom house. That's wonderful. Find you a man who also has 6 children or 4 children, and you can do 2 to a room and y'all can have the Brady Bunch. But don't be lying to people talking about your 4 kids only for them to use your body and then toss you to the side. That ain't worth it, Charlie. It is not worth it. Chris and Alexis got to have a good conversation. It's too late, though. Chris is still at a no. Alexis is over here trying to apologize. They had their little Kama Sutra poses, and Alexis darn near broke Chris's back. I know Alexis says she wants a younger man because I guess she was saying that younger men can keep up with her, older men can't keep up with her. Well, I don't know, Alexis. You might need to drop a few pounds, too, because even your younger man cannot pick you up. Your younger man can't pick. So I don't know, unless you're going to go get you a muscle man, your younger man can't pick you up. So I don't know what you're going to do. You either going to get a stronger man right? Or you going to lose weight. One of the two, girl. You got two options. Which one you going to choose? Alexa said she was sorry for bossing Chris around. Chris said, yeah, I apologize too. I'm going to do better as a man. Alexa said she's going to be better too. She's going to try not to trigger him. But girl, I don't know if you're going to be able to do it. It looked like it's in your DNA. It really looked like it's in your DNA. I guess I'm going to give you the same advice I've been giving Alicia and Tiffany. Change your commands to questions. That's what you do. That's the fastest way to stop telling people what to do. Don't say any more command sentences. Change them all to questions, and that'll at least get you a little bit of the way there. But in the end, like I said, they did that little poll, and 4 out of the 7 men said no, that they're not going home with these women. We got a no from Jared. We got a no from Brandon. We got a no from Chris. And of course, we got a no from Irvin. 4 out of 7. And I'm not saying that the women wouldn't say no either, but 4 out of 7 men said, hell to the no. And it's a wrap. We're going to sit here, we're going to film, we're going to get our check, and there ain't going to be no love matches coming out of this. They're going to hit it and quit it if they can. They're going to use and abuse these women's bodies and say goodbye to them. Let it be a lesson. I said before that this whole show should be a public service announcement so that women can learn and be better. Learn and be better, ladies. Learn and be better. And some of you might be saying, well, why aren't I telling the men to be better? The men should be better too, but I'm telling women to protect themselves, right? Because like I said before, you can't always control what other people do, but you can control what you do. And half of these women should have never been here. Charlie should have never been here with a 1-month-old baby. KeKe should have never been here with her drinking problem. Alexa should have never been here talking about she want a younger man so she can boss him around and she bossy. She should have never been here either. And Alexa should have never been here either. If her whole disease is what she's going to lead with all the time and telling people how they should treat her, whether it's her disease or her weight loss or whatever it wants to be, nobody's going to be living their life centered around Alicia. It's just not going to happen. Alicia's got to learn to be different in relationships. So instead of hooking up with people online, never meeting them, never ever met, work on yourself. Work on yourself. Practice. Practice with yourself. Practice with your girlfriends. Practice with family members. Once you feel you've got it down, then you can take it on the road and start trying to do it with men. But what's the point of dating if all you're going to do is date and mess it up? What's the point? What is the point? Get better first, then come back to dating. Take a break from dating. Take a break from dating, ladies. Know thyself before you get to know another person. Like I said, know thyself before you try to get to know another person. Anyway, that's it, y'all. That's all I got. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.